Hi guys, Jason here. Welcome to the AskGolfNut channel. So today we are doing the Taylormade Stealth irons. Now I have got custom fit heads here, all of them in the custom fit heads, and I've got the P7MC, I've got the P770 and also the P790 on the deck to do. And the reason why I'm doing the custom fit heads is so I can keep the shaft exactly the same and also the lie exactly the same. So if people are going to look at the series of reviews that I'm going to be doing on these irons, then you can gain a picture of the comparisons between the lot. And I'll possibly do a comparison video right at the very end, I'm not quite sure, but apples for apples testing. Right, technology within this one, because this does sit in the game improvement sector, we'll call it, or at least the distance sector, as I would like to call it, rather than game improvement. These are stronger lofted, so, and we'll get into the lofts in a second, but technology-wise in the head quickly, we have got that cat back design with a toe wrap construction. That's what Taylormade is saying. It's basically that carbon bit you can see with the stealth written on it. That is taking weight from certain parts of the head, and so they can distribute it in the lower part for increased launch center of gravity. They're trying to move the center of gravity as low as far back as they possibly can do. They've got that fast forgiving face with progressive inverted cone technology. Whoa. How the marketing guys come up with these. But yeah, it's got a 450 stainless steel face, and it proves to be obviously very springy out the middle. And when it comes to variable face thicknesses and stuff like that, they're trying to improve ball speeds all over the face, not just out the middle, because obviously everyone misstrikes it. So when you do misstrike it, trying to get as much bang for your buck as you possibly can. They've said they've got this echo damping system in there. Okay, this is a stainless steel game improvement iron. It does say that they've got polymer and bits and pieces in there. That's for trying to create a forged-like feel. We'll be testing that one, definitely. And they've got that true slot speed pocket that they've had for quite some time. They've changed it, designed, and yeah, but they've had that for a while, so it must work. Now, all about this iron is speed, is distance, and it's forgiveness. When it comes to forgiveness, guys, remember I do uniquely, generally speaking, I don't know any other channel who does it, but I do unique forgiveness testing where I actually hit this all over the face and then measure what the efficiency drops are, or ball speed drops are, distance drops, and offline and all that lot. Hang around for the back end of the video because I'll be doing the exact same thing with all of these, but probably this one, it will be the most aggressive in that manner. So, right, let's go get on a hole. Let's go have some fun trying to get on a bit of a difficult one. I have got the 7 irons here, although these 7 irons aren't all equal. This 7 iron, the Stealth, is 28 degrees. It is rather strong. I mean, okay, golf clubs are getting stronger as time goes on, but 28 degrees is 1 degree off my 5 iron. So it's 37¼ inches long, so it's about 1/4 inch longer than I'm used to, but again, it's all drive for try and get distance. So let's go get it on a hole, let's go see how this feels, see if that forged impact feel is true or false. Data set now changed, we are at Willow Crest hole 13. It is a par 3 at 185 yards. Yeah, green's not the easiest thing to get to, because obviously looking at that one, it's a little bit of the pin's on the front and it pinches in. I've got bunker at the front, water on the left and water on the right. However, if I'm going onto the water on the right hand side, that's a really bad shot. So let's go have a look at the Taylormade Stealth irons, what they look like. So top lines, start straight away. The top lines are beefy. The sole thickness is mid to thick. Mid to big, but considering those parts of the golf club, the blade lengths aren't huge. They're not massive. They're not like the overwhelming thing when you put the golf club down by the golf ball. You don't look at it and go, wow, those heads are massive. You do get to see the top line, and that's quite massive. But really, it's got offset to it. Yeah, definitely, but it's not an ugly amount of offset. There is offset to it, but I think it's under control. But then the big thing about this is the fact that it's 28 degrees for a 7 iron. It's got tech, it's got loads of tech in the head. So it is at 185, I've set it at 185 because I'm not quite sure exactly how far this thing's going to go. 28 degrees 7 irons, wow. I can remember when they were 10 degrees weaker than that. Oh my word. That was a toey hit. That's a 190 carry nearly. Wowzers. So slightly toey, 139 efficiency, good. 188 carry. What's the spin? 5.3. Okay, that's decent. That's slightly low on the face, so that'll increase spin a bit, but I mean, it's still good. Delivery's good. Peak height's 34, descent angle's 47 degrees at 188. I mean, that's a long way for a 7-iron. I mean, I'm swinging at 92.7 miles an hour, so I'm at fully operating temperature now. But yeah, we'll talk about the feel in a sec. Oh, left open fraction. It's okay though, it's okay. It's on the green, it's going massive again. Oh my word. I just caught on quad there, spins down in a 4,000 something. Yeah, 4.9, 4.8, 8.8, and that is with an open face. I will want to keep an eye on that because I'm, okay, 36 yards in the air, 48 degrees descent angle at 188 is working really well, but I am swinging at 92.5 miles an hour, just to get the seal on there, and 127 mile an hour ball speed, which is good. I will do a test. I'll just keep an eye on this one. I'll give it another hit. I'll do a test at slow speeds because I'm just thinking about that backspin rate and see if that's just, well, if it's going to start becoming a bit of a problem when it comes to a slower swinger, because obviously I'm getting spin, but I'm getting speed related spin on there as well. And at 4.8, that's not a lot for a 7-iron. Oh, that's open. Go on, nibble a bit of green. That's not going to nibble the green. That's not going to nibble. Oh, bounce left. Go on. That might nibble the green. No, it's not. That doesn't count as green. Fringe does not count as green. Face open. There you go. Path good. Strike not bad. Face open. That's mine. Right. Sound. Noise. Some people care. Some people don't. But for the people that care, I care because I'd like the sound and feedback kind of idea. Taylormade say that forged impact sound. That is not. Definitely not a forged impact sound. Possibly like, you know, the massive forging machines when they're making forged irons, when it comes down and smacks the club. That's possibly the forged impact sound they were talking about. But yeah, this is loud. It works brilliantly, don't get wrong. It works wondrously, but it is definitely not a forged impact sound. It's definitely not a forged impact sound. It is just sound. I mean, that's 188 carry again. Like, wowzers. 1.38 efficiency. It's good. I mean, that's 6 mil low. So, I mean, it's not middle. It's a 1/4 inch low. Okay, 1/4 inch low is not a lot. But, I mean, remember, off the bottom of the golf club, you ain't got a lot. A 1.38 efficiency. It's working really, really well, it is. And at 188, wowzers. But yeah, it's not quiet. It's not quiet at all. It's confidence inspiring. You've got a huge top line looking at you. You've got a beefy, beefy sole. Yeah, I mean, it's a really, really good, well-performing iron. It's just noisy. Now, okay, the problem you've got with an iron like this is because it does give you so much raw, and that face is ridiculously springy, and you've got 17 billion pieces of technology in there. The feedback from it I am not getting. Now, of course, as soon as you go into something like the P7MC down the bottom there, which I'll test later, you're going to get feedback from that. You're going to get that forged, lovely, nuanced understanding of exactly where you're hitting it on the face all the time. I'm not getting that from this. Absolutely not. It's a complete blind, whoa, where'd I hit it on the face? But it works. It works really well. 33 yards in the air and 46 degrees descent angle. So it's close. It is close, but that's 188. It is such a well-performing iron. Right, one more go before we go and hit it a few times, because 4994, and just keeping an eye on that spin level. That's left edge. That's left edge. That's so far. Oh my word. So far. So me swinging a degree across and face baby shut. That's what's making it go left. Remember, this is going 196 yards in total, so I'm going to get dispersion related from distance. Yeah. 4-7 spin. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit this a few times. Well, I'm going to do my testing now anyway, all over the face. Heel, toe, high, low, and all this lot. Because we can see how well it hits. 1.4 efficiency. Wowzers. Yeah, that's pretty good. you can see what happens when you hit it middle, or very, very close to middle. This thing rockets. However, let's go see how forgiving this thing is, because obviously this is aimed at the game improvement market, the guys that don't necessarily hit the middle every single time. So it has to be forgiving off different parts of the face. So let's go do that. But I'm also going to do a small data set, because I'm keeping an eye on that backspin level. And at 4.7, it's absolutely fine for me with my speed. But I'm just kind of wondering what's going to happen when you put it in the hands of, say, a swinger of 70 odd miles an hour with a 7 iron. And let's go see how the same iron then works for that one, because it may get a little bit, we'll see. Right, let's go hit it loads of times. Let's go see how forgiving this thing is. So to the unique part of the video where we have a look at the forgiveness level of the Taylormade Stealth Iron. Now I've captured quite a few data points. I've hit it a load of times. So I've got a good average of how it works, and then also I've captured some interesting ones, and I've found out something necessarily that I think could be quite important for certain people that mishit irons in a certain place that you'll want to know. But right, let's go to the averages first, because I've also done some slow speed testing as well. So on average, the Taylormade Stealth Iron ball speed 123.4 miles an hour, launching at 17.4 degrees, spinning at 4,800. That's not a great deal. That's under 5,000, and yeah, so that's why I've decided to do a little bit of slow. We'll go in a second. It's going up at 34 yards in the air, descending at 46 degrees, so it is past 45 degrees, and it's carrying at 182. 182 yards is not bad from 123.4 miles an hour ball speed. So 90.1 miles an hour, efficiency is 1.37. Efficiency is really good. So that is basically a performance of how the face is springing. How much bang for your buck do you get? And 1.37 efficiency on average is pretty good. Attack angle 3.7 down, club path 0.5 across. There's very, very small differences, and 0.8 open. So little baby fade dynamics, but it's tiny. Lie is 0.4 up, which is good, because that means I can obviously, I've got the custom fit heads here so I can bend them around and stuff. So 3 mil toe, 1 mil low, but you've got standard deviation numbers underneath, so you can see there that I've been moving around the face a little bit for a bit of fun. And if we look at the graphical representation of what I've just explained there, you can see you've got the classic dispersion circle that you're going to get, slightly long and left, slightly short and right. That's with the face turning and open and close and loft delivery and stuff like that. And strike was sort of fairly middled. Right, so I've captured some slow speed swing. When I say slow speed swing, I'll put the information up on there now. It is only at 76.9 miles an hour, but from that you get 108.2 miles an hour ball speed, launching at 17 degrees still, but spinning down at 4,000. Now, of course, you can see standard deviation there, which means a certain amount of shots were spinning in the 3,000 mark. It does mean it's carrying 157 yards, which near on 160 carry at that swing speed is really good. It is very, very good. However, it's only going 23 yards in the air and descending at 39.4 degrees. So 39.4 degrees for me is way below what I would see as functional, and I would be looking to go to a hybrid if this was a case of going in with a 4 iron. This is not. This is a 7 iron, well, with 28 degrees aloft. So yeah, make of that what you will. But because of that, I mean, I've got 1.41 efficiency, so I was trying to hit this fairly well. I was not trying to mess around too much. I was trying to give the best possible chance of, yeah, seeing what it can do at that slower speed. Attack angle's 3.9 down, 0.7 from the inside, 0.1 close, so tiny little baby draw delivery. Lie's gone up to 3.4 because the shaft is not deflecting because I've slowed my swing down. Loft 21.9 degrees, and yeah, 3 mil toe, 1 mil high is the average strike. But yeah, it's if we were doing a custom fit and I was seeing this information from yourself, swinging at 77 miles an hour, I would be having the conversation about maybe the 7 iron is definitely the last iron you should be having, and you should not be going to a 6. You should be going in something like a 6 hybrid or something for additional help in launching it. You could even quite argue having the discussion about not even having the 7 iron and having a 7 hybrid because of the fact that of that 39 degree descent angle. It would get to a point, And remember, that is average. So if we get to a point, if you don't hit it well, it will drop in distance and also drop in height. And because amateur golfers don't hit the middle every single time, you're going to get quite a few of those shots which don't hit the middle, and you are going to get those drop-offs. And so you're going to have to think about at what point you have to land this ball before the green to bounce and run it on. Now, as soon as you are thinking about in that frame of mind, as to work out or trying to guess how much you have to land something before the green to effectively bounce and run it on, you've got a myriad of different question marks when it comes to a golf course. You've got false fronts, you've got different consistencies of softness between the green and the apron of the green and the start of the green. You've got slopes running up to a green. You've got so many things that you've got to try and compute and try to guess. It does make golf rather difficult if you can't control it going in. That's why they make hybrids. That's why they make replacement irons which are bigger, deeper, fatter than the normal classic iron to try and help launches. So it's the spin levels on this iron, the face in itself is amazing. The face just springs like, not to say you wouldn't believe, but it is true. It is one of the fastest springing iron faces I've ever tested. But it does such with a lower than ideal spin rate, which does give artificial distance. It does, definitely. If I was swinging at 92, 93 miles an hour, this thing is going to be carrying well into the 190s and it would be ridiculous. However, you take the speed away and the speed, the distance comes off, but also so does the speed related spin. And of course, swinging this low at 76, 77 miles an hour, spin rate's very, very, very low. So capture some information when it comes to the mishits, which is quite interesting, because this is the point of when it comes to the stealth iron. There's some interesting parts of this head which work well and don't work well when you hit it in certain parts. So let's quickly go have a look at the first one here. 87.5 miles an hour, so slightly slower than average. 14 mil heel, 5 mil low. So very heely. Every single time you hit a golf club anywhere near the heel, generally speaking, golf clubs do not like being hit off the heel. That was carrying 174 off a 14 mil heel, 5 mil low, so 19 mil away from middle as such. But it's dropped 8 yards, but that is with an 87.5 miles an hour club head speed. This is with a slower head speed. So that actually hasn't dropped hardly anything from the 182 yard average carry from a 14 mil heel. Remember, that stealth iron has that carbon insert. Well, they've took weight out of certain parts of the head to redistribute it lower, but they've got that carbon bit on the toe, which means weight distribution wouldn't be too much on the toe, which would potentially mean heel contacts are more favourable. And in this case, it's true. Next one, exactly, nearly identical. I've got 2 mil low, 14 mil heel, slightly faster swing speed, and the carry has gone up. Again, because of the swing speed's gone up. It's now only a mile an hour or so underneath average, and we're up at 179. So we're only 3 yards off of exactly what the average carry was, and we're 1 mile an hour short of head speed. So, and that's 14 mil. You could say if you were to swing this at 90 miles an hour, 14 mil heel, it would not lose anything whatsoever, which from a golf club is amazingly good out the heel. I cannot stress that enough, just how good this stealth is off of a heel strike. Next one, 91.7 miles an hour, so slightly faster than average. Dynamics the same, please go to the right slightly, and then 12 mil low, 5 mil heel, but the 12 mil low bit is the biggest bit, 12 millimeters low. It's done really well, 174. It really has done 174, but obviously slightly faster swing speed, so that's gained a little bit. It's dropped 8 yards with a slightly faster swing speed, but considering that's 12 mil low, that's done okay. Next one. Now, the interesting ones. We'll get to this one first, and you'll see the graduation as we're going along. So I'm trying to map this face as we go. 88.2 miles an hour, path 1 from the inside, face shut by 0.2, so baby tiny draw dynamics. 2 mil low, 16 mil toe, 88.2 mile an hour head speed, remember, so we're 2 mile an hour short, 176. It's done fine, like absolutely fine. No problems with that. Slower swing speed, you're going to get slower than average. That's fine. It's done really well off that. Kept the right amount of distance, 1.38 efficiency, done really well. Next one. 91.8 miles an hour, so faster than average. Slightly baby fade dynamics, tiny. 2 mil high, nothing. 20 mil toe. So now we're getting further out towards the toe. Efficiency's now dropping to 133. Carry's still at 179-ish, so we're still 3 yards short of average, but that is with a faster clubhead speed. You can see the efficiency is starting to show through. To get the carry and hitting it off 20 mil toe, I'm having to swing faster, and I'm still 3 yards short of average. But it's done okay. 20 mil toe, still quite a lot. Now, next one. 92.1 miles an hour, so 2 miles an hour faster than average. 1.8 from the inside, 1.3 open, so it says baby go right. However, 25 mil toe, 5 mil low. So 5 mil low isn't that bad. 25 mil toe is though. And it's dropped quite a bit. It's dropped 20 yards. Efficiency 1.26. So we found that from this, stealth irons are brilliant off the heel. And they're okay off the toe, but if you deviate too far from the toe, it starts to drop off fairly quick. And I can only assume it's to do with that little carbon badge that they've got in the back there, which they've taken and stripped weight out of the toe to try and redistribute it in certain areas. But it has meant that it is fairly sensitive off toe strikes. Now, okay, if you're a heel striker, then by all means, these stealths are going to work lovely. Possibly one of the best irons I have ever tested of consistency of distance and retaining ball speed, etc., from heel strikes. Really good. Really, really, really good. Toe, though. That is my concern. If you're a toe striker, it does seem to be extremely sensitive to a point of where you deviate too much. I mean, a G430, I've hit G430 in weird spots like this, and it's done much, much better. But then again, I'd say the stealth is slightly better off heel strikes than the G430. So remember, guys, you've got physics to deal with. Robbing Peter to pay Paul, as such, when it comes to you one hand giveth, the other taketh away kind of idea. Two things, but it's exactly the same meaning. You've got to try and find a golf club which works best for you. That's why I do head data measured stuff like this. So if you know how you hit a golf club as a general practice, as a general rule, you try and strike out the middle, but you deviate towards here, there, or whatever it be, then the information that you're gleaming from this, you can understand that potentially will this golf club work for you. If you're a heel hitter, then wow, the stealth is a definite one to test. If you're a toe striker, I would still test it, but I would be wary of how toey you're going to hit it before you do see some marked drop off. So, right, well, so conclusion is when it comes to the stealth, you can see the differences, the distances there between strikes and stuff like that. So it's a very forgiving toey, yeah, but very forgiving, especially off the heel golf club. It looks wise, it's big, it is chunky, you've got thick top lines, thickish soles. I mean, the real estate down by the golf ball's not too bad. It's not a massive chunky head, a little bit of offset, but the feel is definitely not forged impact sound. It is a loud golf club. It is a very loud golf club, but it does a very good job of getting the golf ball out there a blooming long way. Spin levels and spin rates are you'll have to monitor those. Go into a custom fit and make sure you're monitoring exactly all the dynamics of when you're hitting shots, not just focusing on the distance, because this could potentially go into a bit more of a kind of ballistic missile trajectory, which will give you distance but may penalise you when it comes to control into the green. But as long as you're keeping an eye on it and you know when to change from whatever iron, from a 6 iron to a 5 hybrid, or a 5 iron to a 4 hybrid, or it doesn't matter where the transition comes from as long as you're monitoring it. That's the main thing. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you did, go on, thumbs up down there. YouTube likes it, so do I. Down there is a subscribe button, little red button. It's free. Go on, click it. Helps the channel out no end. And next to it is a bell icon, notification bell, ding-a-ling. If you click that one, that will notify you next time I upload another video. So I hope you're well, and we'll see you again soon.